And we have a couple more words that's come, so looking forward to hearing it. Ahuri nāne ki tēnei whare o tātou. This whare, New Zealand House, has been a whakaruru hau for Ngāti Rānana e te kohanga reo o Ngāti Rānana for many, many years. It seems fitting that we are here having this award ceremony tonight in the penthouse of New Zealand House. And of course, Ngāti Rānana and the New Zealand High Commission have had positive relationships for many years. So as the rangatira of this whare, I now invite His Excellency, Bede Corry, NZ High Commissioner and Ngāti Rānana patron, to share a few words. Tēnā koutou.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It's so fitting that Ngāti Rānana have been chosen to accept tonight's prestigious award on behalf of Te Taura Whiri. For Ngāti Rānana, you have been a pillar of Te Reo and of Māori tikanga in London for more than 50 years. You are as proud and visible a symbol as this building and the po that stands within it. And it's even more fitting that Whaia Esther Jessop ONZM, as we can now call her, should be the person chosen by Ngāti Rānana to accept this award, because you embody the work and the achievement of Ngāti Rānana. Tēnā koe, Esther. And your story and the story of Ngāti Rānana and the story of this building, including the po within it, are all entwined. But when I was asked to speak tonight, it prompted me to go back and have another look to the Te Wā Tuku Māori site, the Māori Language Moment Initiative, which saw Te Taura Whiri win the IPRA's Grand Prix Award. And for me, when I looked at it again, I thought, now, why would this have stood out for the IPRA to win that incredibly prestigious award? I don't think it's just because of the amazingly inventive and engaging use of digital technology. After all, when you're my age, any digital technology looks amazing and inventive. It's not just the incredible reach of the project, which I think has now got more than 1 million participants. For me, what really merits this award is what Te Wā Tuku Māori discloses about language and why we must treasure it. Because each of the tiles, I'm calling them tiles, I don't know if technically they are tiles, but I'm calling them tiles in Te Wā Tuku Māori. Each of the tiles, in countless different ways, spotlight the explosive power of language in our lives. So one tile is from Patricia, who says, I'm a 97-year-old Pākehā, and I'm having a go at Te Reo. Hence the tile from Parawhenua Te Wao, who wrote, Māori Language Week lifted my spirits and helped me stand tall again. Or the tile from Daniel, who said, Ko te reo taikura o te whakaro marama. Language is the key to understanding. Now, many of these tiles were prepared during the time of lockdown. And so what they also do, at least what they do for me, what they also do is remind us that nothing, not a virus, not a lockdown, not a closed border, not even a mask, stops language from being the gift that enables us to seek help from others and to give it. So at a time when many of our friends in whānau in New Zealand are still living with lockdown, and we who've been living here in the UK know just how hard that is, we also use Te Reo Māori tonight to say kia ora and kia kaha Aotearoa. So again, a huge honour to be part of this evening and to be able to help host it. Our congratulations to Te Taura Whiri.
It takes one generation to lose a language, whānau, and 3 to get back. So the countdown is on to create 1 million speakers by 2040. And this was the driving force behind the kaupapa of the Māori language moment. And so we have a little video here about the kaupapa.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Te Taura Whiri, Te Reo Māori, the Māori Language Commission, we are humbled to be accepting this award, and we would like to acknowledge Ngāti Rānana, who are there present receiving the award on our behalf. But this award is not about us. This award is about our whole country, about Aotearoa New Zealand, who all participated and supported our efforts to revitalise our Indigenous language, our Te Reo Māori. So it is with great humility that I was able to acknowledge you all today, the organisers of the awards, and all the people who have contributed to this kaupapa. Kia kaha Te Reo Māori, and thank you all very much.
Kia ora tātou, kia ora koutou, kei tērā taho te ao, ko mātou i nei, kei te whanganui ātara e mihi nei kia koutou, koutou ātāhua nei o koutou kākahu hoki, ko autonu kei te maui o ku kākahu karukaru, nā reira e mihi atu ana kia koutou, i tēnei ata, i tēnei pō, hoi anō, he mihi nā te ngākau kia koutou i huihui mai nei rungi te karanga o Te Reo Māori. Tēnei me Te Reo Māori, e kia nei etahi e wehiwehi ana i a mātautonu, i a tātautonu. Engari, ki tāku nei te tiro ki oku whakaaro ko Te Reo tonu, hei whakakotahi i a Aotearoa whānui, huri noa i te ao. Nā reira i waihanga mai, oku hoa i te kaupapa nei, te Wā Tuku Reo Māori. Ko tōna kaupapa e whakakotahi i a New Tireni, i a Aotearoa whānui, i raro tonu i te maru o tō tātou reo. Nā reira, tēnei rā taku mihi, tēnei rā hoki i te mihi, te hunga e noho nei i tōku taha i tēnei rangi tonu. Nā reira, tēnā koutou katoa. Look, I don't want to say too much because I'm feeling really underdressed at the moment. You guys look so flash. But I do want to say that Te Reo Māori for us is about bringing New Zealanders together, not about dividing. Te Reo Māori is about our distinctive identity on the international stage. And I can remember going through Houston Airport, stupidly thinking that I could walk in 20 minutes from gate 1 to gate 125. After 20 minutes of frustration and sweating, and you can just imagine this little brown man with sweat pouring down his head in the middle of Houston Airport. And I heard this voice say to me, "Yo, amigo, do you want to ride?" And I said, no, mate, I'm okay, I can walk. And he goes, "Oh, wow, man, where's that accent from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm from New Zealand." And he goes, "Oh, kia ora, Kiwi." So people, even in America, know that kia ora is from Aotearoa. I want to also acknowledge the Welsh and the Scottish revitalisation effort as well. Our languages are so important in saying who we are and making us feel valued within our own countries. It's also really, really important for us to bring our mokopuna, our children, through knowing who they are. strong, bicultural citizens of Aotearoa New Zealand. So I don't want to talk too much, but I do want to say thank you very much for supporting us tonight. I want to say a special mihi to our wonderful kuia, Esther, who we spoke with yesterday. E koe tēnei rā te mihi atu kia koe, a koutou tonu o ngaitai, ka hoki au ki te kāinga, ana ka haere mā reira, mā tore. Nā reira, tēnei taku mihi kia koe, e te koka, mōhau I tautoko mai I tēnei kaupapa, mō koutou anō hoki o Ngāti Rānana I tautoko mai. Nā reira, ka nui aku pahu mō tēnei wā, tēnei rā te mihi kia koutou. Thank you all very much. And warm Pacific greetings from Aotearoa New Zealand. Kia ora rā. Nā te atua I tuku reo kia tātou e. Pupurita kōrero tia mō ake tonu. Kia ora koutou, kia ora tātou.
E te whānau. The Grand Prix 2021 and the International Public Relations Association Golden World Awards for Excellence. Yes, that's all in one. The world's most prestigious PR award scheme went to Te Wā Tuku Reo Māori, a brilliant campaign to promote the Māori language from New Zealand's Māori Language Commission, Te Taura Whiri Reo Māori. And I just want to acknowledge that the PR team for Te Taura Whiri is about 6 people. And the rest of the team at Te Taura Whiri numbers about 35-ish. And so if you think about this award, this is top of the world. And we've got a small team just punching above their weight every single time. And some of the previous award winners have had at least 1,000 people in their companies situated around the world with massive global PR teams. And our team from Te Taura Whiri went and did it mō te reo te take. And so, without further ado, tonight we have a board member from the association to present this award. And may I please invite Mr. Nigel Chisholm up to say a few words.
I do have a message from our president, which I shall just read out. He actually wrote to me and said it will be 2 minutes and 50 seconds long. I'll try and speed up. Then approach. We are here this evening to honour those who were banned from speaking Te Reo Māori most of the 20th century, but also those of you who, on Monday, 14th September 2020, created the largest single Maori language event in world history, when they united to save the language within a generation. This important event mobilized 1 million people and prepared for 1 million to speak Maori by 2040. As public relations professionals, members of the International Public Relations Association all over the globe understand the power of language. It is a fundamental part of our craft, and we probably, more than other professions, firmly believe that all communication is or should be local. Yet often, international public relations campaigns get lost in translation, erroneously thinking that everyone will effortlessly understand the proposed ideas and concepts of a campaign. Maria Montessori, the Italian physician and educator who now has schools bearing her name, said, "The development of language is part of the development of the personality. For words are the natural means of expressing thoughts and establishing understanding between people. Building bridges, increasing understanding, and bringing people together is at the core of what we do as communicators. That is why the Wā Tuku Reo Māori, the Māori Language Moment campaign, gathered so many votes in the EPRA Golden World Awards. This campaign to preserve and increase the understanding and use of Te Reo Māori struck a chord with many of us. In an increasingly globalized world, where just a couple of international languages are understood by many, it is important to protect and reinvigorate local Indigenous languages. These languages are the bridge that ties us back to our origins, our people's history, our ancestors. They serve both as an anchor and a compass, giving us a sense of belonging, but also pointing us the way forward. As has been said, and it bears repetition, it takes one generation to lose a language and 3 to get it back. So Ngāmi, congratulations again to people behind Wā Tuku Reo Māori project, and I wish you all a wonderful evening. I believe to accept this heavy, oh, it's a worthy prize, Esther. We won't do that. We won't do that.
Te rangatira o tēnei whare o Ngāti Rānana. Te manihiri tuaranga. O tira kia tātou katoa. Nei rā te reo o Tainui, o kōrere nui arua, e mihi atu nei kia koutou. Piki mai, kake mai, nau mai. To our New Zealand High Commissioner, His Excellency Bede Corry, and to the International Public Relations Association board member, Nigel, and our esteemed guests. My waka is Tainui, my tipuna is Tōrere Nui Arua, and my iwi is Ngaitai. I am deeply honored to accept this prestigious award on behalf of the Māori Language Commission, Te Taura Whiri, and Te Reo Māori. I bring best wishes and aroha from the Māori Language Commissioner, Professor Rawinia Higgins, and Chief Executive, Ngāhiwi Apanui, and all the staff of the Commission. They have asked me to let you know that they are humbled to accept this award on behalf of all New Zealanders. And they would like us to remember all those who have passed on Te Tua Itiara, both in New Zealand, but also all of those here tonight who have lost loved ones in these uncertain times. Moi mai rā, moi mai rā. they would like to remember those people who fought for our language's survival, because there were times when the Māori language was not celebrated. In fact, the very opposite was the case. They would like us to remember all those New Zealanders who were denied their language. And with hopeful hearts, they would like us to reflect on future generations of New Zealanders who will be speakers of their language. The Māori language moment was designed in a very Māori way. It looked back at the past by asking people to honour the moment in 1972, when the Māori language petition was presented to our parliament, calling on our language to be saved. It challenged those of us alive today to do something together, to make a difference. And it also looked ahead with future generations in mind. The Māori language moment, the Wā Tuku Reo, saw more than a fifth of the entire population stop what they were doing and celebrate the language in some way, from the biggest cities to the smallest towns. People from all ethnicities, backgrounds and ages, from schools to retirement homes, offices to building sites. Next year marks 35 years since the Māori language became an official language of New Zealand. Back then, some people argued that making it an official language would divide people, but how wrong they were. New Zealanders proved that in 2021, the Māori language is something that unites people, all 1,058,356 people. Much more than a publicity stunt. The moment was about New Zealanders coming together as a nation to say we want to protect Te Reo Māori because it is the language of our nation. It is about coming together to reflect on our past, acknowledge where we are now, and to preparing for our future together. As the Whakatauki says, tui tui tangata, tui tui korowai. Bringing people together is like weaving a fine cloak. And may our fine cloak continue to keep us connected in many years to come. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Wā